What's up, guys? It's the Actual Justice Warrior here, and today we're going to talk about the adpocalypse. I know this is kind of an old story, but since it's a big story that impacts all content creators across YouTube, I thought I would give the perspective that a lot of people are kind of speaking towards, but I haven't seen a lot of on YouTube. And that's the perspective from a smaller content creator like myself. For those of you who don't know, the Wall Street Journal a few weeks ago, or maybe a few months ago, did a hit piece on Pewdiepie claiming that he promoted Nazi imagery and tried to get ads pulled from Pewdiepie. They actually got him separated from his network, and they got his YouTube Red show canceled. But that was just phase one in the old media's attack on the new media. After having some success in taking a shot at YouTube's largest content creator, they wanted to move on to the advertising dollars of the rest of us. So what the media is doing is they actually go and seek out racist content, and they hit refresh until they can get a screen grab of ads playing on racist content. And we're talking about actual racist content that doesn't get very many views and normally doesn't generate any revenue because YouTube's algorithm already prevents them from getting revenue. This is basically the old media trying to take out the new media, which is getting more and more viewers than the old media. And the effects of this have been pretty serious on large content creators. Philip DeFranco had to sell his set and move to some shady motel, and that's just where he does the Philip DeFranco show now. And we have to all pretend like that's normal. H3H3, another large content creator, can no longer feed himself.
The first thing I did is just cut the portion, huge.
And now we are all tracking his weight loss until eventually, I assume, he will disintegrate into nothing. But since everybody seems to be talking about how this affects smaller creators, I want to talk about how this has affected me. And the impact on me actually has been insignificant. You see, I haven't seen any money from any of my YouTube videos. And really, I'm just creating content to build an audience to hopefully in the future possibly make money off of this. But as of right now, YouTube is not a financially viable option for me. So what we're really talking about is the theoretical deterrent factor. That if you believe that even if you can make it on YouTube, you can build an audience, you won't be able to sustain yourself through YouTube's revenue system, that you won't actually start. You won't actually try to create videos in the first place. You won't produce content. And I can see that having an impact on some content creators. It could be a deterrent factor. However, I would caution against that. YouTube has always had an elastic relationship with their content creators and their advertisers. And what I mean by that is that it expands when capable and it contracts when circumstances change. Right now, we're in a contracting phase. And because we're in a contracting phase, YouTube will make certain changes and it will be up to content creators to adjust to those changes. And I don't necessarily mean that they'll have to adjust their content, but maybe they'll have to adjust their tags, maybe they'll have to adjust their titles, maybe they'll have to adjust their thumbnails, certain things like that. Because despite all the hubbub that has been surrounding YouTube changing their algorithm and changing their monetization rules, I have yet to be hit with demonetization. And even the times where I was hit with demonetization, I made a few changes in the tags or the titles, and I've gotten around that. I've actually won on appeal. The reality is that YouTube can't actually monitor everything that's uploaded on YouTube. I think something crazy like 600 million hours of video are uploaded to YouTube a day. That's probably a made-up number. If it is, I'll slap the real number right here. But it's a lot of fucking videos. There's no human moderation system that can actually exist. So what they're going to have is an AI doing the work for them. So it's up to us content creators to beat the AI. As for the advertisers pulling out, eventually YouTube will make some kind of changes and the advertisers will come back. And the reason that they'll come back is because the viewers are here. The Wall Street Journal, remember, only has 2.2 million online subscribers. Pewdiepie has 52 million subscribers. If you want to reach a broader audience, especially in our demographic, the 18 to fucking 34-year-olds, then YouTube is the place to do it, not the Wall Street Journal. So while the adpocalypse will probably have an effect on new content creators, the real people being hit by it are actually the people with probably between 20,000 and 300,000 subscribers, or 20,000 and 500,000 subscribers. Depending on how much content they produce and the quality of content they produce, they're the ones being hit the hardest by the advertiser dollars leaving. So until we start heading in the other direction, expect them to be promoting their Patreon more or promoting their t-shirts more. And if you want to support them, then I suggest you buy their t-shirts or you support their Patreon. I don't have a Patreon, I don't have t-shirts, I have under 100 subscribers, so it would be ridiculous for me to do that in my opinion. Maybe if I get to that mid-level and there are people who want to support me, I'll start a Patreon. Maybe I'll have people design t-shirts for me because I'm fucking useless when it comes to art stuff. But as for right now, I wasn't making money on YouTube before, and I don't see myself making money on YouTube in the near future. So I feel like if I ever do catch on and I ever do get a lot of subscribers and a big audience, that the ad problem will be resolved then, or I'll have an audience that might want to support me. So if you're a new content creator or a mid-sized content creator and you feel like YouTube kind of changed the rules after you started playing the game, I understand how you feel, but I say hang in there. YouTube has always been flaky like this. I've been on YouTube for years before I started this channel, and I've been watching YouTube for years before that. I've seen all the up and downs, I've seen all the adpocalypses, I've seen all the YouTube is over parties, and it hasn't happened yet. So hang in there, the advertisers will come back in some capacity as long as the audience is here. So anyway, those are my thoughts on the adpocalypse. I know this video is late to the topic, but since a lot of people are talking about the impact on smaller creators, I thought I would, fill in that gap. Also, I've been gone a while, so I have to address certain things that have happened while I was gone, because if you miss 3 weeks in the real world, it's like missing 20 fucking years in internet land. Anyway, if you like this video, then please leave a like, comment to join the discussion. You can subscribe for more content. This has been the Actual Justice Warrior. Until next time.